Uh, Name is Ike Johnstone. Right now we're at the Bill Pickett Riding Academy, located on West River Drive in Montgomery, Fairmount Park, Philadelphia. We moved in here to start a youth program to work with the youth, primarily in the Temple area. That's where it all, because I spent 30-some years of my life in Temple. I have 4 kids, they all graduated from Temple. So it was started to, like, as far as I'm concerned, to give back to Temple and to the kids in that area. I think I was always fascinated with horses, and I was hesitating because my brother brought something to my attention not long ago, because I remember telling him my first experience with a horse when we were young. I think I was about 6 or 7. A guy used to come around with a pony, you know, and go around the neighborhood taking pictures, right? He used to park his trailer near our house, so I used to go peep in the trailer, and I was so fascinated saying to myself, a horse used to be in there, you know, right on down to building a stall next to my house, you know, and didn't even have a horse, you know. So I think like with most kids, though, we're all fascinated about horses, and that was mine. You know, my wife we was all sitting around the table talking about what could we do with our kids as a family. So my wife said, oh, she always liked horses. Well, I always had this little thing for horses, so I went out and bought one. You know, and it was one of the best purchases I ever made.
Maybe explain the tie between the Bill Pickett Riding Academy and, you know, blacks riding horses. Why would a North Philadelphia kid, why should he understand that blacks have a long history with riding horses? Okay,
when my kids were very young, like Lance, he was about 12 years old. I remember us going to a horse auction, and I wanted to buy him a cowboy hat, and Lance refused the cowboy hat. He said, Dad, because all that doing is imitating a white man. You know, he was just 12 years old. Then that's when I realized that he didn't understand the history of the black cowboys, the Black West, and the contributions that African Americans played in it. So that's when I start getting material and stuff together, so, you know, that my kids could read, so they can get a true understanding. We're not imitating anyone. If the origin of the word cowboy is really a black person, because during slavery, we were referred to as boy. We took to the plantation of cow. So that's how the word came about. But a lot of people, so the word then got lost over the years, but it's really derogatory. You know, cowboy is referring to us. They were known as cattlemen. If you really get into the history of the West, and we call it the Black West, it was the blacks who settled the West, you know, including the Buffalo Soldiers. They're the ones who fought the Indians, you know, they never played that. So it's that history that I end up trying to teach my kids. Now we pass that on, because that's one of the things we do down here is teach the history of the Black West and the Buffalo Soldier.